was back home for the holidays. It was fun. I was going through my stuff from high school. I went to high school. Some of you guys, what's up? What's up? Hell yeah. I was looking at some of my stuff. My diary. I was looking at my diary from high school. Because I was what? Cool. Looking at one of the last entries. Heated. Very heated. I'm the oldest of all my siblings. My parents are very strict. Underage drinking was hard. No one was buying me alcohol. So this entry was like, promise to future self, in cursive. One day, we're gonna buy a house. And when we do, we're gonna let underage kids party in it. All day, every day. We're getting back to the community, dude. It's gonna be sick. We're gonna call it Neverland. It's gonna be... No. Bad idea. It's back home. My parents really wanted to show me this show called Love on the Spectrum. Are we familiar? Show rules, right? It's like the best show. I love that show. It's like, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. And I was like, okay, we're watching it. They're like, pay attention. You could learn. I was like, what? And I'm watching it, and it's like, they're like on dates, and they're teaching people how to date. They're like, say their name. Okay, I can do that. Don't talk about yourself the whole time. Ask them questions. I was like, interesting. Okay. Sometimes I do that. Yeah, that's fine. They're like, don't talk about trains the whole time. I'm like, what the fuck? Where was the show? They were really excited to show me the Australian version, the original one. Are you guys familiar? Yeah, like, okay. They were like super pumped. Like, you gotta watch the Australian one. It's so good. And it's great. It's really good. But I had to know. So I looked it up on my phone, and 1 out of every 100 people in Australia actually has autism. I was like, wow. I thought they all did. I was like, it's the accent. I think it's the accent. It's throwing me for a loop. I got a big family. I have 8 younger siblings. It's pretty wild. I love it. I love all. Kind of woo. One woo. Thank you. I love all of them. They're great. We're Roman Catholics, so we go to church, right? And any other Roman Catholics? Oh yeah. Okay. So maybe you'll feel my pain here. So the problem is, around the holidays we have to go, and the problem is when I walk into the church, everything is set up to make me pass out like instantly, right? There's like incense, Everybody's like, everybody's mumbling. The chants, like, you're like, okay. And my younger siblings like to place bets on how long into church before I inevitably pass out, right? So recently, we're in church. I walk in. I spritz myself on the way in. I got this. I got this. Focus. Look at what everyone's wearing. I'm like, I don't know. So I get in there, trying to stay up, and this was like a real snooze fest sermon that was happening this day. Like it was one of those ones where you're like, what? Where are we going? The guy was like, and so Ezekiel said to Isaiah, who said to Bruce, who heard it from Joseph, that Matt said that all the sheep were gone. And God wept. And I'm like, so fans aren't going. I'm like, oh God. The whole family's like in the pew, like, come on. Come on. And they're all watching intently, and I start to nod off, and right before I do, I fart like a dog would and wake myself back up. And now my family has to be like, who had fart? Yeah. It's crazy. I think that's the Holy Spirit. I think that's what they're talking about. My brother bought me a vinyl record for Christmas. I was really pumped. It's Dark Side of the Moon. Great album, right? But he bought it for me, and we were in Buffalo. I had to fly back with it, and I realized, like, you can't put it in a bag. can't put your back. It's like a weird size, so you have to just like parade around with it at the airport, like put it in its own bin and be like, "That's mine," you know. I'm gonna listen to that, yeah. Acid dog. Hey. And some dudes came out of the woodworks at the airport to tell me that they liked that album, like older hippie guys, and they always had to like confess something to me. Like they were like, "Great album. Saw him in Jacksonville on that tour. Took a hero's dose of shrooms. Saw God. Fly safe," you know. Went a little further, and other guys like, "Great album. I actually saw them on the Wall tour in England. It's incredible. I took 10 hits of acid. 10 hits of acid. And I thought my buddy was a grilled cheese. And I bit him. We're no longer friends. Have a safe flight." I was like, "What the?" Another dude came up, he's like, "I shit my pants." I was like, "Dark Side tour? Like, Buffalo? Where'd you see him?" He's like, "No. I shit my pants." So I was like, "Oh my God. This is unrelated from the album. This guy needs help. Get the cart." Speaking of shit, did anyone else in high school have a problem with someone like doodling their dookies in the bathrooms? No? Just me? Okay. There was a villain in my high school who was taking his turds and making graffiti art out of it. Yeah, this is true. Doodle dookier. Yeah, that's what it is. And you think it would be an easy crime to solve. Whose hands smell like shit? You know, like, let me smell those hands, you know? But he was a mastermind, you guys. He used gloves and would leave them at the scene of the crime just to be like, "You'll never catch me." You know, it was like... So this Pablo Picasso, right? He's on the run. And they finally catch him in the act, right? They catch him in the act. They're like, "Thank God." And they expel him. We're like, "Oh, God, we can live safe." And then the next day, there was more poop graffiti. There was another turd Ferguson running around these halls. It was like a shit Illuminati. We were like, "What the f-" They're like, "No more Taco Tuesdays. It's done." They never caught me. Him. They never caught him. I'm a very dumb dude. We can tell. I'm a pretty dumb dude. I'm always like confusing things. I always confuse henna and hentai. This joke is for a select amount of people. But let's play along. I always confuse henna and hentai. I try and get a temporary tattoo, end up impregnated by a squid every time. I'm like, "Konnichiwa!" Okay. If you don't know what hentai is, go look it up. Trying to cause change. I'm dumb. I got all my dating experience or like advice from a game called The Sims. You guys remember this? It was a great game. But now, if I see a girl that I like from across a bar, my impulse is to blast her with one of these, just a yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! And then my opening line is always, "Rasa Papadupo, Yasa Flingu." And if she says, "Rasa Pagananga," I'm like, "Okay, sick. We're both tripping on shrooms at Mighty Taco." And the vibe's on. The vibe's on. We're good. Always been bad with women. My first girlfriend I ever had, some people will know this girl that I'm talking about, which is crazy. And I say her name everywhere. Because she was my first love, Stephanie Augenbach. Who could forget? Stephanie Augenbach. 2 people. This is fun. I wish her well. I hope she's doing good. She was beautiful in 6th grade, though. She had a choker and bedazzled jeans. Way out of my league, guys. Way out of my league. So we started dating. It was great. It's heaven on earth. We would ass out hug in the morning. You're in some heavy shit, guys. But at the end of the day, as a treat, ass out hug again. It was very good. It was fun. Just living life on the edge. It was great. 2 weeks in, we hit a problem. She had heard through the grapevine I was only dating her for head. And in 6th grade, I did not know what head meant. So that folded up letter back, pretty weird, looking back on it. She's like, is it true? And I was like, I think head is beautiful. I would love to do the head with you. My parents do head every morning before we leave. I thought it was kissing, you guys. I thought it was kissing. Head? What else would you... Yeah, I was like, what? She kicked me to the curb. She kicked me to the curb. That also sounded like a Mario character. I was like, I want to do it the head. Over the door. Let's go. It's a mess. It's a mess. I've done some really dumb things in my life. One of the dumbest things I've ever done was I tried to eat Taco Bell for 3 days straight.
Oh my God.
Oh my God is right. This, while cost efficient, was not the move. Do not do this, by the way. I was on my way to buy more Taco Bell on day 3. Not feeling so hot, right? And I pull up, and as I'm about to grab my food, all of a sudden, everything in my body's like, you're gonna shit yourself. I'm giving up in like 2 seconds. You know, I was like, oh God. And I had to grab my Taco Bell, which I'm like, no. And I'm driving home and I'm sweating. Like you know it's coming and you're sweating in the car. The red light's taking a million years. Like, come on, trying to focus on other things. You're like, can't think about it. So I look over and I see this woman with all these grocery bags. I'm like, I used to not have a car, and that sucked. And I should help people who don't have cars, because people help me with cars. And as I'm doing this and like having this inner monologue, I look at her and she looks at me in the eyes, and the light turns green, and I shit myself. And she saw it. She was like, and I was like, so I'm like, oh God, okay. So I'm like, this is the first time I ever shit myself, and I'm like, okay, I got 2 layers. They are not thick. You know, I'm like, oh God. I got 1 stop sign and home. I'm like, we can do this. So I do the quick. I don't stop all the way. I do like the get through. Woo-woo! No way. No way. Yes way. Cop car right behind me. Takes his sweet time. Getting out of the car. Has me roll the windows down. And he's like, no, I pulled you over. And I was like, I shit my pants. Hoping he'd be like, just go, you know? Instead, he writes me like a full ticket, takes forever. I'm like, this car is ruined. This car is ruined, dude. Sitting there with my Taco Bell, I'm like, oh God. That's why we need to defund the police, you guys. What the fuck is going on? Do you guys like drugs? Oh yeah. Careful, some families here. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, only mine. Careful, son. Don't do the next joke. Okay. What's the craziest drug you ever did? Just yell it out. Acid, coming in strong. Molly. Mushrooms. It's all people, right? Cocaine. Okay.
Special K.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Just has a list. He's like, this one. It's crazy. The craziest one I ever did was DMT. I'll be real with you guys. I did DMT. Do we know what DMT is? Okay. See some head nods, see some shakes. So DMT is the juice that gets released in your brain before you die. You smoke that. At least that's how it was described to me by my weed dealer, Trevor, on a Monday. Trev Dog's like, you want to blast off? This one's on me. I was like, fuck it, why not? So we do it. And he's like, oh, it's crazy, man. My whole life flashed before me. I talked to like dead relatives. It's like this huge thing. I'm like, oh my God. I feel like I got ripped off when I took mine. I don't know if he gave me the right dosage or whatever. But when I took DMT, all that happened was it just replayed every time I used my Shrek fleshlight, and I was like, What the fuck?
Drink again.
It's true what they say, guys. The days start coming, and they simply do not stop coming. I almost didn't do that joke, but I did it for you guys. So I'm glad that you enjoyed that. Shout out to Shrek. I did something really exciting for myself the other day. I took a kink test online. Ooh, has anyone done this before? No. Okay. I was so excited to take it. I was like, oh my God, how kinky am I? I dress like this every day. I'm 35 years old, dude. I was like, oh my God, what secrets am I gonna unlock? 45 minutes I took this test. I was like, we're getting down to business, right? I get the results. 99%, say it with me. White vanilla. Close enough. Ding, 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 ding. I did not need to take that test. That was a waste of time, guys. I'm like, fine, I'm super vanilla, you know. I like sex in the dark. Okay. I like it missionary. Sue me, you know. I like Wedding Crashers blaring loudly in the background. Who doesn't? You know? My safe word is actually, wow. My girlfriend's safe word is, ow, wrong hole. Stay away from my ear. I'm trying to be kinky. I don't know. One of the questions on that test was if you could have sex with any cartoon character, who would it be? Yeah, whoa. Does anybody want to offer up your Disney Hall Pass right now? Lola Bunny, this is a good one. That's a classic one. Princess Jasmine, solid. Prince Eric, oh yeah, I get that one a lot. SpongeBob? Okay, Sexy Patrick, all right. We're getting, okay. Ariel Mermaid. Well, yeah, we're getting weird with SpongeBob, and now we're wrong. That's all right. I love letting it go because people say eventually people get comfortable and then they start listing off animals or sponges. A lot of holes. Bikini top or bikini bottom? I don't know. That was okay. You know what I get at pretty much like every other show? There's someone, it's the most one I've gotten every time. Simba. This is a hot topic. Yeah. Well, so yeah, every time someone says Simba at a show, in my head I just hear, "Na Savannah, please be the older Simba in this weird situation," you know. But then I went back and I watched The Lion King, and there is that scene where adult Nala and adult Simba meet up again. The colors are swirling. Elton John's belting it. You're feeling some kind of way. You're like, okay. All of a sudden, Simba's on top, Nala's below. She gives him the look. She's like, come break off a piece. She's like, stick that Timon in my Pumbaa. Hakuna these Matatas. You know? You're gonna feel the love tonight. Yeah. It's so crazy, guys. That was back when they were drawing it scene by scene, right? So there was just one dude who's like, yeah. And then he had a supervisor who was like, great work, Greg. That's what I'm talking about. Furry Fest 2023. Let's go, dude. A lot of people ask me what my Disney Hall Pass would be. It's, okay, are we familiar with this film called Sword in the Stone? Do you remember this? Little ditty. Yeah, it's starting to age, but it's from the 90s. There's an old Merlin, there's a young Arthur, and they would turn into animals, and they would like go off on adventures. So halfway through the film, they turn into squirrels. And young Arthur Squirrel meets up with this like really heated girl squirrel. Like she's like, nom, 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 nom. She's like trying to get it. And he's like, I can't be with you, I'm a boy. Which you're like, okay, dude. Like, what? You know, come on. And then he demands Merlin turn him back into a boy to prove he's a boy, to stop this squirrel. So he does. And the squirrel's like distraught. She's like, whoa! And then she's on a branch. He's like, don't you see? I'm a boy. And she's like, oh, oh. She's crying, sobbing. And Merlin's like, that's the way it goes sometimes. Next scene. Next scene is crazy. I would fuck that squirrel. That'd be mine. Are we on TikTok? TikTok out there? Yeah, TikTokies. I like it. I didn't want to get on this app, but then I found out last year there was a TikTok star who made $200K via the app. I'm like, okay, this sounds lucrative. Now I'm interested. I do some more research, find out she's a previous 90-day fiance, now TikTok star. Made her money not from TikTok, but by selling her farts into jars. Do we remember this? This is real. This happened. $1,000 a jar. What? It's insane. So I bought 6. And I don't know where to invest my money these days. You know, it's tough. The marketplace. It's crazy. My girlfriend's like, the price of gas is out of control. I'm like, you have no idea. We're going bankrupt from these jars. I'm a cat daddy. Any other cat parents? Yeah, hell yeah, cat daddy. Got 2 cats, 2 black cats, Kevin and Beans. Beans is the runt of the litter. He's got a little nub tail. And he has problems with like pooping. Like he has like diarrhea problems a lot. And I came into the bathroom the other day and startled him, and he sharted in the tub, and I was like father, like son, dude. Like, you been eating Taco Bell? What's up, dude? Live with my girlfriend now, which is rad. We moved in together. It's very cool. It's very cool. Very fun. Okay, so we're moving in together, and we're moving boxes. We were like, we're pretty new to dating, and there's a box I'd never seen before, and we're moving, and it exploded, and her dildo erupted and hit the floor with a bang. It was shook. We're just staring at it, sweating. Don't want to look at each other, I'd never seen it up until that point. I'd heard lore of it, but I hadn't. It's true what they say, never meet your heroes. They are so much bigger in real life, guys. And I was not being cool. I was like, do I get a picture of it? It's not cool. Not cool. Shouldn't do that. I had to know, guys. So in the night, I snuck in and I opened it up and I measured it. I had to know, right? Her dildo, a full 3 inches, bigger than my dildo. It's like, what are we doing here? What am I doing?